Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And today, Mr. Magazine actually enjoyed the selection.
It was smooth, yeah.
It was something he brought over, so I think he knew that, and he's just trying to play it up.
I didn't know that. I was distracted, but hey, thanks.
It was
Thank you.
Appleton's rum, as a matter of fact,
There we
today.
go.
And before you say hello to everybody,
Mhm.
I want to thank Mr. Magazine. He gave me this beautiful tie. And if you too want to buy these ties, why, they are Eagle Shirt Makers. They're not a sponsor, but if they want to be. And go ahead, Mr. Magazine.
Oh, first out the box is super to see the lights, like always. Happy Hump Day. Hello, Mr. Magazine Paperboy. Hope you're doing well as everyone else. Marvelous Michael's in the house. Let's see. YouTube homepage down for a minute. Oh, so sorry.
Well, except that means people won't be showing up to our show.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
Exactly.
Well, maybe just the homepage and every other link is okay.
There you go.
Lovely Lori's in the house. It's down on Roku. Wow. Jeez. Marvelous Michelle. Good evening. Super Steven. How's it going? Let's see. Awesome Artie Mike. Howdy. Awesome Antiquarian Bookman. How's it going? Lovely Linda. It's glad to have you back. Ferocious Feral Girl Vintage. How you doing? Jazzy Jeff's in the house. Awesome AJ13. We're late. Jeez. It's
Partial refund.
First for everything. Juicy Jim, how's it going? And important ones are here. That is very true. You got that right.
And before we get into our regular program, I don't know how many people saw the post that Jeff made, Jeff Norton. He's been a subscriber for a long time, good friend of the channel. He has some stuff for sale, and you can reach out to him. And I did tell Jeff, certainly, Jeff, put your details, however people can reach out to you, put it there in the chat. And if anybody wants to, he's got a lot of really, really good things for sale over in the Syracuse area. So do reach out to him, and Jeff, go ahead and feel free to put it there, and people will get in touch with you. So now we'll head into the regular program already in progress. Why don't we start out as we always do over here? Sales.
Sales are actually pretty good. We're on both ends. Amazon's doing well. We actually, my IT guy came up. I told you he came up with some software program where we can go back to Amazon, and whatever year it is, we can put everything on a repricer. So it's like down to like say 2008, 33% off, 2009, 30% off, and it gets smaller as it gets up to like say 2015. And we're selling a lot of older stuff, which is good because we're moving it out. But it's bad because some of that crap is hard to find because it's been from 3 different locations. It's been buried. It's been damaged. But we do the best we can, and I can't argue with that. And eBay is pretty strong still.
Good thing I don't sell on Amazon, and you couldn't like have him help me write a program. That would be horrible. If everybody else could let us know how their sales are doing, would love to know that as well. My Amazon is okay. Probably be better if I had a program written. And then my eBay.
They always say the program doesn't come to you. You have to come to the program.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yes, I think I read that somewhere.
They do say that a lot.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
And I yesterday was pretty bad for eBay, but today has been good. So between the 2 days, we were average. And it's been a decent week. I'm barely listing anything on there. Just a lot going on. So have not got a lot of stuff listed, which I think is going to end up hurting the sales in the long run. But let's see how everybody else is doing out there with sales.
All right. Nice Nova's in the house. Marvelous Memphis is in the house. Linda is here, and Dawn is not.
She did message me just before the show and said she'd see me in a little while. So I don't know, maybe she's coming down to make a live appearance. Who knows?
That would be cool.
Oh, really? Picked up.
Good.
Oh,
That's
nice.
Good to hear, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's been good for
the last 3
everyone
weeks.
but one
Okay.
person so far.
Chugging along.
Chugging's a positive word, sure.
Much better than the holidays. Old stuff, new stuff, expensive, cheap,
I
all over the board.
agree. Like my eBay now is like 25% higher than in December.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, the offers report, I had 193 offers, which is fewer than last week, but it's still a little higher than usual. 59 were old, though, which is more than usual. So we're heading into what? It seems like they seem to be featuring the older stuff a little more on that over there.
All right. Michelle, sales are good. Still more old stuff. Yep. Can't argue with
Yeah,
that.
that seems to be what they're pushing right now for some reason.
Hold on.
Hasn't heard sales. He's time
All right.
away. Okay.
Good.
Lots of sales one week, nothing the next.
Oh, yeah.
Repeat.
Inconsistency. Awesome Annex here. Oh, Anik. Sorry. Awesome Anik is here.
There you
Don't
go.
forget that now.
We didn't see it here, Jeff, but you can post it again. Nope, we didn't see it.
Memphis sales are flat.
Not bad, just same dollar amount of items every day.
That's like being married.
Hey, now.
So I've heard.
Oh, and then promoted listings, 28 out of 65. So that's down to about 40%. I think last week was about 50. So promoted's a little bit less. Oh, big news.
Really?
No.
Oh.
But I'm going to make it sound like big news.
All right, sure.
Positive feedbacks for me.
Okay.
5, 5, 5, 5, 5.
Wow, the fives have it.
The fives do have it. I should go to the casino and put it all down on fives.
What if you just got a negative?
Don't tell anybody to do that over there. And then I realized that last week I forgot to mention how sales on other things only mods can post a link. You might have to give them a wrench. Oh, yee. Jeff, just yeah. Comment after the show. People watch the show afterwards. Comment after it, and then I'll put it up that way. Or reach out to Dawn as soon as she gets here. I know she has a wrench. Couple of things. Yeah, I never mentioned last week. 3 Etsy, 2 views, $1 million peddlers last week. And then this past week, 4 on Etsy. So that's moving back up. 1 on $1 million peddlers and 1 Flophouse CD.
That's big.
That is big. That is huge to have those Flophouse CDs moving. Couple of other things are. How about buys? Anybody out there buying right now?
I bought much. I did buy a collection. Was it after last Wednesday?
I don't know.
A good customer of mine passed away, and then his brother had his estate, and he just had tons of stuff.
Oh, you had bought that last week. Yep.
Okay, we mentioned that already. So I guess no buys, nothing worth mentioning.
Wow, that's a first.
Saving some money. Little buys and stuff here and there, some card collection.
You probably still spent like $3,000.
Yeah,
going, I didn't buy anything
last week. True. Yeah, probably more than that, actually.
Wow. Yeah, I've heard that a lot of people are having that, Dawn. And I don't know if you know Jeff or not, but if you can reach out to Jeff, I guess you can post stuff because you're wrenched. Jeff's got something he'd like you to post for him, Jeff Norton. So it's okay by us. He's having some stuff for sale. So it's okay by us.
I know you've had buys.
A couple. I went to, because you're reading over my shoulder.
Okay. I can understand your penmanship.
It's typed out. Found an antique store.
If your printer wasn't out of ink and you're trying to milk grayscale.
A few weeks ago with amazing postcards. The guy brought in a bunch of his private collection for me. Wow. Good stuff for cheap. Yeah. That's very good.
Nice.
So I ended up going to a book sale, and I did find an Anne Rice signed book. Shout out to Auction Professor, who mentioned to always check the Anne Rice books. I did so. It indeed is signed. I am going to have Mr. Magazine when JSA comes into town. He's going to have JSA certify it for me. And one of Mr. Magazine's buddies put it best. He said that a lot of times what you're doing when you're getting certified is you're going to break even often on the certification, but it allows you to sell the item. Yeah. And that's a really good point. I looked, and there's a lot of her books for sale on there, but very few. I think there was one that was certified, and there soon will be a second one that's certified. Cool. So that's pretty good. I've auctioned 28 ties for $25. Well, there we go. I got to find myself an auction like that. That'd keep me busy for 28 more weeks. Can't argue with that. And some ties do sell as well. And then a couple of other things. I ended up going to an estate sale. What'd you do this past weekend, Mr. Magazine?
I hung out with
Mysterious Benefactor.
I did.
And Papergoy. We went over to DabbleCon, and that was a lot of fun. We went to one day of the two, and that was a lot of fun. And then the next day, I was with Mysterious Benefactor, and I said, hey, do you mind going to a sale with me? So we went to a sale, a lot of old things. I ended up buying sheet music that I found out afterwards. One piece was from 1809. One piece was from 1812.
That's old.
Can't argue with that. And then he had bound volumes of Baloo's Pictorial Review and Frank Leslie's, and he wanted $100 each,
Okay.
1859 and then through the 1860s. He wanted $100 each, except it was half price day.
Oh, nice.
So it was $50.
Cool.
And he had 6 of them. So I went downstairs, and I've dealt with him before. And I said to him, I said, look, I said, you got those bound volumes upstairs? And he goes, oh, the big books? I go, yeah, the big books. And you got 6 of them. I said, they're $100 each, half price, $300, $50 each. I don't want them. What?
It's a good selling point.
I really didn't want them.
Yeah.
I said, I really don't want them, but I have to ask, how much for all of them? And he said, $200.
Wow.
I said, I got to take them.
Yeah, you have to.
I'm paying $35 a piece. You can break it. He goes, and the guy that helped me price them told me, and you know this already, but you got to break them up to sell them to make the most money. I go,
Right.
Yeah, I know. So I'm glad I had Mysterious Benefactor with me. I put his lazy butt to work in 0-degree weather, carrying big tomes all the way down about 2/3 of a mile down the street, carrying them out in the cold weather.
Lovely.
Hey, I got this bad back and stuff, so
Yeah.
put him to work. But yeah, that was my only buy for the week, as any real buys for a week. But again, I didn't really want to buy them, but at that price you have to buy them.
Exactly, yeah.
You break them up. There's some great content in there, and you
Yep.
can get $25 a magazine out of them.
Sure.
And what if there's 26 in a volume times 6, you're picking up 156 of them for not a lot of money.
Well, one pays for itself. So,
It really does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
cool.
So that was my buy. Oh, didn't order ties. Yep. Oh yeah. No buys. All
Lucky
right.
John, I
well,
wish I could say that.
we'd have a lot more money if we could say that.
The ties have it.
Last tie I touched it, the last day of work before I retired. There you go. I wonder what Papergoy will be transitioning, if he's still going to have the ties on in 57 weeks, 2 days, but who's counting?
Ties on with ties on. It's not you.
Nice. I'm 1% Italian. Thank you.
All right.
3rd edition of electrical motor repair sells on eBay. Whoa, $150 off $1. That's a nice little return there.
That is nice. That's more like pure hustle stuff going on.
There you go.
$8 sell for $150.
There you go. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Definitely is. Hermes ties. Yeah, I don't have any of those. Those I do not have. Couple of other things. Oh, gonna head on into a glitch of the week. You had a glitch all week long that I must have heard about 58 times. Why don't you share it, Mr. Magazine?
Oh, the eBay combined shipping. Yeah. Really bothering me. So I waited a day. I'm lazy. I don't want to find a back door to fix it. So I waited 2 days, kept bugging Papergoy. 3 days. I go, enough is enough. I might as well go into my awaiting payments and just combine them that way. And that's what I did. But it's finally back. I think this morning it came back on. So
there you go.
It's it was an extra couple clicks, but I got it done.
There you go. So I had a problem. I bought shipping. I was told the label couldn't be generated. Try again. I tried again. I couldn't do it. Turns out the label was bought the first time. Thank goodness it didn't let me buy it the second time.
Yeah.
Because then I ended up getting the email saying I bought the shipping. And I'm like, you just told me that it wasn't.
Right, exactly.
So I had that problem over there. I got an offer on an item, Mr. Magazine.
All right.
I got to find it in here. So I got an offer, a counter offer of $25 on Esquire magazine, November 1979, Andy Warhol.
Ooh, Warhol.
Roller Disco, Hugh Hefner. $25 offer.
You're going to be asking at least 50 to 75, right?
I want to know if you think I should take it. Tell me what the buy it now price is that I was asking on it per eBay.
Oh, 0. Wow, that's pretty good. Giving it away.
I was literally giving it away,
Wow.
according to eBay.
So why didn't the guy just buy it for 0?
Because he wanted to offer me 25 because he's a nice guy.
Then you should have jumped at it. So how do you know what you originally even were asking on it?
I had to actually click through onto the item to look at it. Yeah, so that was a glitch. The offer email said the buy it now price was 0, and he was offering me $25.
Wow.
So that would be a glitch, I think.
Yeah.
then Amazon must have updated something or other. I don't know if this is a glitch or an update, but last week when Mr. Magazine was here, I had to do something for him over on Amazon. I have his account set up on my computer where it does not require the OTP, the one-time password. Yet it did ask me for it. So luckily he was standing here and he took care of it. Then when I went into Mr. Magazine's store Monday morning and entered it, it required a password. And then he texted me the password because he hadn't come in yet. Has not had that problem since then. So they must have updated something in there and just required a password.
Speaking of Amazon, what is your health number at?
Oh, 216 Eternal.
Can you believe ours is almost at 400? I don't understand. I don't know if it's listings or sales or something.
I think it's sales. Yeah.
I can't argue with that, though.
I'm 216 Eternal. Long live 216. Then I was doing something or other over on $1,000,000 Peddlers over on eBay, and I had 2 offers to watchers. And I was going to make those offers, but I had something or other I had to do first. I think I had to accept an offer or something like that.
Right.
I came back. I had no offers to watchers.
Okay.
I said, now what are the odds that both people got offers from somebody else? Because eBay sets it up so they only allow a buyer to get so many offers.
Right.
What are the odds that both of those people got offers? I said, it doesn't seem very high.
Yeah.
Hit refresh. I had 2 again.
Huh.
So then I just sent those offers out.
Yeah.
So there's a little workaround for you there, courtesy of Papergoy. And then I was listing something or other today, and I absolutely 100% know that I put the weight in. And then I went to list it, and it said, you forgot something. You need to put a shipping weight in. So the shipping weight drops out intermittently, occasionally. Always fun. Always fun. So that's the glitches we had this week. Going to push item of the week off because it kind of ties in with the main topic this week, but I'm going to do a mini item of the week. So do you remember my, I'm working on a 1954 top set.
Yes.
And I needed the Ted Williams. Have you purchased anything that needed to be authenticated by eBay yet?
No, but I just seen one the other day. A guy brought in a huge collection, had about 5 of those, and they're pretty impressive.
Well, thank you for raining on my parade.
You asked.
We move on to the next. You're supposed to go, no, Papergoy. Would you happen to have one with you that you could show us?
Oh, wow, that's cool. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, so it came in a nice box. It was shipped in. The only problem was it was really hard to open because of the way they taped it. You couldn't really tell how to open the outer box, but it was definitely protected. Yeah. And then it comes in like this over here. Nice little eBay thing like this.
It's like magnetic too, right?
And somehow or other you open up. Yeah, it's magnetic.
Yeah.
Your collection is now upgraded.
Who's losing the money doing all that fancy stuff? eBay?
There's no charge. Yeah, at this point, there's no charge. You get this little note in here. Congratulations on your recent purchase. And then they've got the card nicely put in over there like that over there. So that is the whole way that they end up shipping the item out to you. I was actually quite impressed with it as well. Yeah, it is magnetic. What's of that? Quite impressed with the way they did it. At this point, they're not charging anybody for it. At some point, they will. But kudos, eBay. I do kind of like the way that they did that.
I wish they do that with comics. That would be cool. As far as the
big giant
authenticity thing, not so much of a gigantic metal thing. It'll probably cost as much as a grating.
So I don't know if anybody else had seen that after somebody raised my parade.
Oh, Nova saw your tie. Fancy. Yeah.
I think he was talking about that beautiful thing there.
Okay.
Oh, there we go, Jeff. Yep.
Cool.
Yep. Do reach out to Jeff. He's got some incredible stuff. He really does. I marvel at some of the stuff that he's found throughout the years.
You should buy some of his comic books. Do you know Paperboy's goal is to have one of everything in Overstreet?
Isn't that everybody's goal to collect comics?
No. Well, for every single one, no.
Wouldn't that be nice?
I guess. Yeah. Well, someone just won the $800 million lottery, though. Moving on.
Insulting offer of the week.
I still have not hit a lot like that. It really bothered me. That I think I sent you one today. Maybe
they're charging us for it. Yeah, they didn't charge me anything for it. Maybe they charged the buyer. I know at one point it was completely free.
Maybe like factoring in the fees and so forth, something like that.
Yeah, at one point it was completely free. Maybe
are card fees higher than like other categories? Maybe they jacked it up. Like
maybe they did or something. Yeah. Are you familiar with the Jackson Pollock Life Magazine?
I probably had it and didn't know I had it, but I want to say no.
They sell all the time for $75. Do look it up out there. There's your bolo. If you haven't had it before, I don't know.
No, come on.
It's got a lady with a floppy hat on it.
Oh, there you go. All right.
They sell for $75 all the time. I'm the only one on eBay currently, or was as of the other day. There you go. Yep. So reach out to Jeff. Definitely reach out to Jeff. I'm the only one on eBay. I want $94 free shipping. They go for $75 all day long.
Wow, all those Life magazines on eBay. You're the only one.
I'm the only one of that one.
How about Amazon? Are they on Amazon?
Yeah, they were on Amazon.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Wow, that's amazing.
I got an offer of $44 with free shipping when they go for $75 all day long, and I'm the only one.
Yeah, that's
I
free,
said
the whole free shipping thing is costing you
$10.
at least 10. At least
Yeah.
10. If it's in California, it's like 13, 14.
Yeah, so I'd be down to $34 on something that I can get 75 out of just by waiting. I said no, thank you. Then I had a Look magazine, $32.22 free shipping. Had Tarzan, Adolf Hitler in it. A guy offered $10. I declined. He waited a week, and then he offers $8.50. That gets banhammer. He got banhammered on that one over there. Mr. Magazine actually had bound volumes of magazines. They were some NASA bound volumes. He wanted $25 a piece. The guy wanted 4 of them. So the guy was nice enough to make Mr. Magazine's offers. Now he's buying in bulk, so he gets a discount. He offered $5, $3, $2.75, and $2.
Now that's all I showed you. He had about 25 offers. And the more he bought, the lower the price. He's thinking like, well, I'm going to offer 5 on this one. I'm going to buy another one. All right, 4, 3. And they got down to like $1 at some point. It was like, I hope you banned them.
Here's my question. And I just want your opinion on this, Mr. Magazine.
Sure.
Say the guy made you 30 offers, starting at $20, working its way down to $1.
Yeah.
So say it worked out to $150. I have no idea what it really worked out to. $150. And he was buying 30 magazines. If you accepted all offers and then charged him full shipping, did not combine shipping,
right?
Would he be angry?
Oh, yes. Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. He would say cancel it. Yeah. For sure.
Or it'd be like, that's the only way I can make any money. He got down to $1.
Crazy.
That's funny.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That is funny.
Just got his storage units.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. 18-year-old won the lottery. Wow. Good for him.
Wow.
I guess.
Yeah.
There's just PayPal.
Oh, there you go. So you can email Jeff or discuss things with Jeff. He's got a lot of great items. He really does. Couple of things. Oh, so remember last week? Oh, $3 on 3 sewing mags that are listed for $20 each. Yep. Well, at least they didn't offer 3, 2, 1. That's a Mr. Magazine special.
Yeah, that's true.
So I had a person, I don't know if you remember last week or not, a person reached out to me and said, I know, we're going to at some point.
Lucky Lee, good idea. Yeah.
We have to wait for the carnival this summer, probably the 4th of July carnival.
Actually, before then, my kid's he was into Thor, and he wasn't. I think we got 2 or 3 of those gigantic Thor hammers.
Oh, all right. That would work.
We can put a nice hole in the wall here. That would be great.
I was thinking of getting one of the big plastic ones that you buy when you knock over the QP dolls.
Oh, yeah.
One of those ones, yeah. We'll pick one up. So do you remember last week I had the person complaining with me that the tracking is ridiculous?
Yeah.
On Amazon?
Yeah.
So nothing had changed in the tracking whatsoever. So then they started yelling at me for what the tracking shows. And I said, basically, they're like, the tracking doesn't show any movement at all. Tracking does tracking. I said, contact the postmaster. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He goes, that is so rude.
People are like that. The people that kill me are the ones that it says delivered and they didn't get the item. And they're mad at me. And they want me to refund them. So there's a guy that's, I don't know if you remember the 1990 Upper Deck set, the update. It's like a little set. It's like $10. It's got 100 cards in it. Tracking shows delivered like a week ago. And he keeps telling me, refund me. I go, if you want a refund, you have to go through Amazon because I proved that I shipped you the item. I have proof of it. I would
not only shipped it, it was received at your address.
So I go, if you contact Amazon, they'll most likely refund you, and I don't get,
dinged
the money
and
taken.
money-
Yeah, exactly. And he goes, I just contacted Amazon. They said you're supposed to refund me. I go, did you happen to tell them that it says delivered? Because if you told them that, I'm pretty sure they would not say for having me,
Or they
refund
might,
me.
but they're
It's
not going
pretty
to hold you to it. Yep.
crazy.
But I was laughing because the guy's yelling.
Oh,
at me.
stop. Triple J signing in. How's it going, buddy?
I just was laughing when the guy's yelling at me for being rude for suggesting he contact the post office, but his yelling at me from Jump Street that the tracking is ridiculous is not rude. It just made me laugh.
Well,
but you're on Amazon, so you
yeah.
got to walk a very.
You know what
fine
I
line.
tell people when they have that happen? Like, they tell me to call the post office. I go, I'll tell you what. Why don't we both call the post office? Because your post office is the one that said they delivered it and you didn't get it. My post office is hundreds of miles away, and I tell them I'm going to do that, and they feel better, and then they do it. But I don't really do it because what's the point? What's my local post office going to tell me? But
reach out to their post
office.
office.
Makes them feel better. So try that if you have that. Am I the only one that gets a lot of things delivered that aren't delivered?
Nope. Neutral,
I think eventually they do get them over the weekend and stuff.
Neutral order arrive one day after the estimated delivery date. Should be dropping off in a few months.
And why would that be your fault? It should be the post office's neutral.
Well, especially I don't know, and I know there was that train derailment in Ohio. Those people can't go back to their house. It's been 4 days. They can't go back to their house because of train derailment. Austin, Texas, there was I was reading the other day, there are 20,000 people or something like that still without power after 6 days. And they say it may be another week before they get power. You're in one of those situations.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, definitely reach out to eBay, let them know, but the buyers will still get angry at you. And it's like, I literally cannot get home. I'm not allowed back in my house by the rule of the government. What can I do?
The DVDs we sell, most of them are cheaper, but these people want their DVD and tracking instantly. And I try to explain to them, we ship within 2 days. The problem is our 2-day pickup is at 5 p.m. So it's really 3 days. It's not our fault, but you say you pay Monday morning, we're going to have it shipped in the tub by Tuesday evening at 5. But even if they pick it up and scan it, it's really not going to show up till the next day.
Right.
And it's just, they're very impatient. It's crazy.
So I had what would you price a 1949 Wilson catalog with a lot of baseball stuff in there? It's got Ted Williams. Cool. It's got Bob Feller. Cool. I would say about 128 pages, something other like that. It's got a bunch of famous tennis players and Bobby Riggs is in there.
I would say
some golfers,
depending on condition, 75 to 100.
Okay. That is very true. Somebody emailed me, got a lot of positives too. Your listing, your pricing, but nearly $135 for 1949 Wilson catalog is way beyond the pale. That kind of money buys catalogs from the much preferred deadball era. Trust me, I've been collecting these catalogs for most of my nearly 70 years on this here rock. This is a $25 to $50 catalog tops. Personally, I would be on the low side of that range. I have been buying 1940s to 50s catalogs for $20 to $40 of late. The true vintage stuff doesn't go beyond the 1920s. Good luck, Scott. So I said to him, well, good luck finding it at your price point. He goes, I do all the time. I said, oh, sure. Good for you.
He must not need any. He's probably got them all then.
Well, but the funny thing is, he lied. Because...
Well, he couldn't be buying them for 70 years because he was a baby at that point.
Well, the other reason he lied, the 1951, one of those sold for $61. So he's telling me they sell for 25 to 50. Well, I got my price off of a one that was 2 years newer that didn't have Ted Williams in it that sold for 61. I'm like, you seem to have forgotten that. Yeah. It's weird. Right? He did get ban-hammered, so he won't have to worry about it. When I come across a vintage baseball
you should lower the price just to make him drool.
It's at $5 and he can't buy it.
Exactly. That's the best. That's worth it.
A couple of other things. So we use Web Interpret when we sell stuff. Apparently it translated stuff over into whatever language the guy lived at, and it wasn't 100% accurate because he thought it had something and it didn't, and he looked at the table of contents and it didn't. So he's telling me, you got to change your translation. I'm like, it's all automated. eBay does it all. Web Interpret does it all. They bring it all. Well, you have to talk to them to have them change it. I'll get right on that, sir. Kind of crazy on these things.
So true. So true. Right? We know a lot of people like that. Some people are good at it. If you're good at complaining, hey, you go with it.
Exactly. Couple of other things. Do you ever send anything to prison?
Yes.
And what happened?
I send the things that shouldn't go to prisons, and
Cakes with files in them?
no.
Oh.
Ask my sister about that one. But enough about that. But anyways, yeah, we do send magazines. Sometimes it's magazines that are like Sports Illustrated or FHM.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. I laughed at Troy's last line, and then he raises the price. I like that. That's funny. But anyway,
Yeah.
So you said Sports Illustrated to FHM.
Yeah, FHM Maximum, like those they'll accept when we sell those type of magazines. Like I don't know what we call them, swimsuit, softcore. But then we get people that order adult stuff, and we have to send it. You never know. I mean, we don't have to send it, but then sometimes I think they get through. And the problem is if they don't get through and they get stopped or blocked, someone ends up keeping them and they don't get returned. So we can't even refund the buyers for that. So it's usually an inmate's relative buying it for them, and then they want us to refund it, but it never gets returned to us. Someone's keeping it or throwing it out.
All right. The reason I ask is because I got a return the other day.
All right.
And I opened it up, and it was from a prison. And they actually returned a Life magazine to me.
Wow.
It actually did get returned to me, and I didn't think you got those back very often.
We've had some of that type of stuff, not Life, but like FHM's Maximum, so forth, that stuff. We've had some of those returned because I think they think it's adult nature, but it's all mainly ads and some few.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm getting a Life
bikinis,
magazine return. You couldn't get anything less adult than that. But now Whatnot over there, you can list in your store. So I asked them if I can clone prior auctions and list the unlisted, the unsold stuff into my storefront. No, it works best to list in the store directly. Well, yeah, it might work best, but that's extra work. I'm trying to avoid extra work. If I already took a picture of this, I want to bring this forward after it didn't sell.
Right.
But I got to screw around with that when I get some time. And then, did you have anybody complaining about book condition over on Amazon?
Records for sure. We get that a lot.
Well, no, just recently.
Do you know the answer? Like, am I supposed to say yes?
No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
I don't think so.
Thank you, Don. Yes, indeed, there is. So Amazon was doing a test, and we're putting book conditions, including perfect. Exactly.
Okay, perfect.
They were changing a book listing to perfect. They were muscle magazines get through. Okay, Life magazines do not. You get them back. Excellent. They were moving people's things that were very good. They were moving them down to good.
Who was doing this?
Amazon.
Amazon. For what reason?
Because they're testing. But the problem is the buyers don't know they're testing. So you buy something that says perfect. Whoa.
I'll let Papergoy, since he knows
Good job on the house organization, Papergoy. Wife loved your advice on getting rid of items that haven't sold, Mr. Magazine. Remember to hit the like button. Oh, thank you, Zymergy.
Very cool. Appreciate that.
Definitely do appreciate that. Now we can buy a band hammer.
That is true.
There we go. Now we have no excuse to get a band hammer this summer.
I'll throw my kid $20. We'll get the Thor one. It's pretty cool. Gigantic.
Thank you very much. Do appreciate that. Yeah, so they changed the book condition. Hey, I do the bad jokes here. Jeez, if I'm ever out, you can have John Jones, Triple J, as a special guest. He'll carry my jokes along. Son relative to prison. Wow, jeez. They didn't send them back. Nice.
Good job.
Except you sent them. What was the little hammer? The little jeweler's hammer.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah. So, but it's no skin off my butt because the things that I list, because I list through Sellbrite, I have two conditions available to me.
Right.
New or acceptable. Those are the only two conditions because I didn't want to screw around with setting things up and trying to remember.
You set them up that way, right? Okay.
Yeah. So I just list everything as acceptable.
Wow.
And, then they get it and they're pleasantly surprised when they get it. Then a couple of other things over there. Oh, put up a short today. Tell me why this got limited monetization, Mr. Magazine.
Okay.
The National Enquirer. And I said it's got Tiger Woods, Madonna, and JonBenet Ramsey. And then I went in to do my magic afterwards to add a little write-up to it. And it said limited monetization.
Where is this from? What site?
YouTube.
Oh. I don't know.
Apparently it's the JonBenet Ramsey because it's the kidnapping or whatever like that over there. So I took her name out of it. Said if I took her name out of the title, and it gave me an option. It said if please read the reasons why monetization is limited. I read it, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with saying her name or showing a magazine. There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. They said, if you feel you are being incorrectly, not being monetized, click the button and we will have a human review it.
Okay.
I said, okay.
Yeah, why not?
So I clicked the button. 1 second later, that guy was sitting at the edge of his desk looking. 1 second
Finger
later,
on
it
the
was
button.
fully monetized.
Nice.
So I don't know. And I'll have you know, we have made 6 cents off of shorts as of this morning.
Wow.
That's almost a penny a day since they've been monetized since February 1st.
Nice shorts.
We're going to be over $3. And we're not a flex channel, but we're going to flex on this one.
We're over $3. We can buy some shorts.
We're going to be over $3. I'll buy a new tie. The heck? Memphis Blazer has a bunch for sale.
There we go.
So that was kind of the thing on that. And then big news that Auction Professor was talking about. Apparently, the state of Ohio changed their law a little bit, and they're requiring auctioneers' licenses to do auctions, including eBay.
Oh, geez.
So if you're a seller in Ohio and you put things up for auction, you are breaking the law unless you have an auctioneer's license.
Are they really going to pursue this?
Apparently, according to what I read over on e-commerce bites, a couple of people have gotten letters.
Wow. Are they? I'm
From the
assuming
state?
They're bigger.
I would think
sellers.
they'd have to be.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain dollar amount, a certain amount of sales, it's got to be like the 1%ers or something.
Scrooge McDuck order, exactly.
He collects Scrooge McDuck comics as well, in case there's any Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
I want one of everything on Overstreet, I've heard. But what's that going to do? What's it going to do to Whatnot? I mean, you're definitely doing auctions there.
It's going to spread like wildfire.
Money grab, yep. Well,
but if it's just Ohio, what's going to stop it from spreading across the country?
Well, I spoke with Craig Farmer from Vintage Syndicate and Ephemera. Check him out on his Facebook page. I hold auctions there, although I may not be holding one this coming Monday. I'm running out of time to get stuff together for it. And he's been doing Facebook auctions for years. State of Pennsylvania requires it now, not for eBay sales, but requires it for Facebook auctions. And he actually had to go to auctioneer school and get an auctioneer's license to be allowed to sell stuff on Facebook.
Holy cow. There can't be many schools in each state with this.
Yeah, and right? I don't know how long it took him, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, something or other like that. So he's already had to get it. He starts every one of his Facebook auctions. I'm a Pennsylvania licensed auctioneer, auctioneer number, and gives the whole spiel about that. He's got certain things he has to say. But yeah, the state of Pennsylvania was cracking down on people. So if you're doing Facebook auctions, that kind of thing, and you're not a licensed auctioneer, you're not supposed to be doing that. Now, I don't know about Whatnot on that yet. But again, in Ohio's doing it.
If they want money, why don't they just say you have to do this form, fill out this form saying you sell like an auctioneer or something, $100 a year, whatever, and then
a license.
Don't force someone to go to a auction school or whatever, and who knows where they are.
Yeah, but my only question, Mr. Magazine, is, I like selling on we'll leave the eBay out of it because those aren't live auctions, but I like selling on Whatnot, and I like selling on.
I do know this. Yeah.
So what happens after I take that class and I learn how to talk really fast?
Then we have an auction at the warehouse and sell half the place.
But I talk fast. That's the only thing holding me back right now. I don't talk enough. What happens if the person bidding on your auction is a high RPA? I believe that's all right. I believe they can attend your auction. I just don't believe you can hold an auction, which is absolutely crazy. I expect that'll get amended in Ohio because that is absolute craziness. But who knows? Who knows? Other day, 3 cents on 600 views, one new sub. Whoa.
Very awesome.
3 cents a day, and we're making a penny a day.
That's like 6 halfpennies.
That's a lot. Bunch of schools popping up in Ohio so they can get under the money.
Exactly.
Yeah, right, exactly. Believe me, I can imagine who's profiting from the Ohio law. Somebody had to lobby like hell to get that through.
Yeah, for sure.
When eBay considered the auctioneer, I guess not the way Ohio law is written. Now, I do know that some places, some states allow you to auction things off if they're your own items, that there's a different standard if you're auctioning other people's items off. But in Ohio, apparently the law doesn't even allow you to auction your own items off.
Wow.
According to it. Yep.
Looks like we got a double J in the house. We got
There
a
you
triple
go.
J and a double J. How's it going?
Oh, definitely do appreciate it. Hit the like button. Oh, thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.
Yeah, we try to keep things interesting. Yeah, so that was a little interesting. And then one last thing before we head into the main topic. They did just post the public market garage sales. Now, if you remember last year, that was a dying flea market, absolute dying flea market. You know what they did this year?
Made it die more.
Every other week. Used to be every week. Now it's every other week. So,
really well. Does that mean it could be better or worse?
I don't know. I guess every week.
More
just not enough people
anticipation,
Or the big problem, other people find things to do, forget it was on this week, forget it was on that week. And
I remember when I was younger and I used to do things once a week with certain people in my life. Then you get a little older and then they make it, every other week. You see the pattern. At some point it might be once a month, Yeah, these garage sales might be once a month.
Yeah, they very well maybe.
Oh, hold on. Radio Parts, how's it going?
Can I borrow $1 million?
Well, if I sell my warehouse contents, that might happen. I had someone I think he's teasing me and acting interested in buying my inventory. But we'll see how that goes. He's supposed to fly in. We'll see how it goes. And maybe we can loan him $1 million then.
There you go. There you go. Where's Radio Parts going to put it? He's got a couple of other millions already sitting there.
That is true. Yeah, a lot of friends there stacked up.
Stacked up, yep. All right, we're going to head on into the main topic today. To sell your own possessions if you did not originally purchase the items to sell. Oh my goodness gracious. How are they going to figure? I mean, I guess if you have a business and you're filing an income tax or something or other on it. Oh, geez.
Nice, and that's been lurking. I love that word.
All right, we're going to go into the item of the day, which is going to flow into the main topic. Unfortunately, I had to buy this item. I was at a sale and I didn't know anything at all about it, which is why I had to buy it. I had a friend of mine lived over in Iowa. I always texted him some terrible, terrible things, and he texted even more terrible things back to me. Just kind of how we were buddies. And I texted him an absolutely horrible thing, and I got a text back. I'm sorry to tell you he passed away yesterday and I'm like, oh, goodness gracious. Now his wife is going to think I'm absolutely insane because of the absolute terrible thing that I said to him. Hopefully she scrolled through and saw he was an even bigger jerk than I was. God rest his soul. But he always liked to play the guitar.
You didn't tell him to leave this earth or anything like that.
No, I did not tell him that.
It wasn't really
no, it wasn't anything at all like that.
Or rotten.
No, I did not say that. No. But he always played the guitar. And I was at a sale, and I don't know anything at all about glassware, but I saw this item, which actually is a good item if you can find it.
Very neat.
It is. Yeah. Now, I didn't know what it was, but it looks like a guitar, and so I bought this to remember my friend. It had in it a little tag, and I will tell you what this is. This is a Roth guitar vase, fat lava. Now, I don't know anything whatsoever about glassware. I thought it was pretty cool. And this ties into today's main topic, which is when you trust who you're buying from and how important that is. What is the price on this, Mr. Magazine?
It says earn $400.
$400. Now, it was half price day, so I paid $200 on it. I don't know the first thing about glassware. I truly don't. This could be a $25 item for all that I know.
That's true.
However, this is a reputable estate sale house, and I definitely I trust the gentleman holding it.
Right. And
I trust that his prices are going to be pretty good. So I paid $200 for it. Exactly. Indeed it is, Dawn. Indeed it is.
Hold on.
Look at her.
Nova knows what's going on here.
Lava vase, yeah. So I did some research after I bought it just to check. Mm-hmm. It's about a $500 to $700 item is what this is. Awesome. So he had it priced at $400. It was half price.
Right.
Not that I'm ever going to sell it because I've got this to remember my friend, but the fact that I trusted the auctioneer, the estate sale person, if you can trust who you're buying
There's
from,
some around here I wouldn't trust.
no, definitely. No, I agree with that. Yeah, it is awesome. Awesome item right there.
We got a cool out of Mike.
Thank you.
So silly.
But how many times have you had people come in as well that you trust and they're willing to give you good prices on stuff, and then they take the time to explain to you how to market the item. They explain to you why the item is good. Yeah. They take the time and they explain it because you trust them.
Right.
It helps you out so much. It cuts out so much research. It cuts out so much because you've got that trust built up with them.
Sure.
When I go to certain people, certain sales, certain people that I've dealt with, there was another gentleman who unfortunately passed away as well, Warren, that he would put stuff together to sell me. And he'd say, look, this is a $100 item. This is an $80 item. He'd have all these things. He'd have his prices written inside. He did all the research, and he had a certain price point that he wanted to sell. But I knew I could trust his research, that if he said this was $50, it's a $50 item. Right. Saves me the trouble of searching. And he just wanted to get rid of the stuff because his price was like $100 on it, was what he was trying to sell.
Yeah.
And he, makes a pile and he gets $3 out of a $50 book. Yeah. But I trusted him because I dealt with him enough that I absolutely knew, and it saves so much time.
Well, real quickly, this just happened 2 days ago. A customer that I used to deal with for probably 10 years, but I haven't dealt
exactly, Troy.
I haven't dealt with him in like 5, 6, 7 years. So he brought in a huge card collection, graded stuff. He spent $60,000 on the stuff, supposedly. He didn't tell me what he wanted. A lot of graded stuff, but they were like Mac Jones and, they were decent one of one. So there was good stuff there. Then he's going through the baseball and he shows me this Ohtani card. He goes, oh, this is the Gene card. This is $400 to $500. And I'm looking, I'm like, I don't really think this is not even close. So I go, let me just take a couple pictures. I looked it up. It's selling for $3 to $5. So then right there, do I want to deal with this guy when either he doesn't know what he's talking about, but how do you have all these cards? You're spending tens of thousands of dollars and you think this is a cheaper card in your collection. And I picked it out right off the bat, and it was, so I made him an offer way lower than he wanted. So it didn't
so that's kind of the opposite
side. Right, exactly right. If something doesn't feel right, test a couple things out of the collection, look them up if you don't know, and then, if you can't trust one or two items from this person saying it's worth that, you can't trust anything.
No, very true. Very true on that as well. Yeah. So it definitely will help you out a lot to keep dealing with the same people. And again, that auction guy that sold me that over there, or the estate sale guy, he was the guy that I bought those other magazines from. So he knows that I'm always buying from him and all that kind of stuff.
I might find more and show you next time.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah. You never know whatsoever on that over there. No, Jeff, you never have. You certainly never have. I never trust the flea market guys. They've dealt drugs in front of me. Wow.
Yeah, that's a no-go.
I've never had that happen to me in front of me. Wow, that's absolutely insane. And again, if you deal with the same people time and time again, occasionally something might go wrong. And if they're willing to make it right, that's a big step in the right direction as well. And obviously common sense comes into it as well. You've never dealt with the guy before and he goes, oh, I got 50 Jordan rookie cards and I'll give them to you for $50 a piece.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think I would run from that deal.
Yeah. It's too good to be true.
Yeah. But if somebody or other there's got that you've dealt with a lot of times who would have that kind of stuff has 50 Jordan rookie cards along with 50 complete sets, along with, you're like, oh yeah, okay, I've dealt with this guy many times.
If it's someone you never dealt with and it is an expensive collection, even 500, 1,000, someone new, definitely do some digging into the stuff just to double check things.
Well, and especially with sports cards, because there are a lot of reprints out there and all that kind of thing that may not be marked as such.
Yeah, I've had a couple of deals where I got burned. You remember the Star Trek deal? I had a whole truckload of cases of Star Trek boxes from Impel and packs, like a whole 30, 40 cases of them. Wow. And he showed me a couple. They were sealed and stuff. Unloaded everything. I think we gave him like $1,000. They were all opened up and all the inserts were pulled out. Every pack and every box and every case except the one he showed me on top had seals. Oh, yeah. You live and learn, though.
And what was the other deal that you got taken on? It was some old unopened packs. Like old.
Oh, the ones I consigned to Heritage.
Yep, and then
they were bubblegum. What's the bubblegum company they had? The bubblegum packs from the 40s. It was in the original box, but then they had a little mini poster of an athlete in there, and the thing was worth $10,000, $15,000. So I consigned to Heritage Auctions, and unfortunately, wherever the little posters were, you couldn't see them, but they were taken out. So I guess someone, I don't know if they open one or they can, with a magnifying glass, they could tell that underneath the wrapper, there's just the gum and no poster. So every one was pulled out of there. And they're probably in great shape because it was the original box and they probably graded them and who knows. But yeah, you live and learn.
Yep. And that was somebody that you had never dealt with before either. It had just come in and had
Correct.
Yep. Enterprise store.
Yep. The best way, well, we had to do it slow and steady. Yeah. Unless you're Paul. Paul's doing it with the sports cards where he's knocking out, 1,000 listings a day with his program over there. So. Yep.
And you've got the employees too. Now, granted, I do have the day job. I don't know if anybody knows that or not. I do have a day job.
Okay.
And I'm up at 25,000 listings, but I've been doing it since 2002, something other like that. So, yeah, what is that? 23 years. So it's 1,000, just over 1,000 items a year. Yeah. Obviously more things are selling and everything out there too. But
yeah, I don't know. It could be Bowman posters in there, but the gum was what's the gum company from the 50s?
Gowdy?
No, bubble gum.
Bazooka?
It was there. You go, Bazooka. So it was Bazooka, and it was the box. I think had Jackie Robinson or someone on it. So the box alone sold for like $4,000, but if the gum was all with the poster, it would have been like 15,000. So I got some money back, but I maybe broke even or made a little bit. But yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so that's when somebody rather that you haven't dealt with before comes in too, and that's the opposite of what the main stuff. The main stuff is when you can trust somebody. You trust their research, you trust what they tell you on it, and it definitely saves you time, and especially if they're giving you the values of it as well, which a lot of people are, because again, they picked it up.
Yeah,
they'd rather sell it to you and let you make the long dime, and they just want the short nickel. They picked it up for $50. They want to sell it to you for $100, and they're telling you, look, it's worth $300 to $400. You're going to make money off it. I just don't have $100 in my pocket right now. And that also ties into another video we did a while ago, where it really helps you to learn what other people's business plans are as well. Because if I know that this is somebody that just literally, they don't want to hold, everything they buy is like hot potato. I don't mean that in a bad way. They don't want to hold anything, more than a few days.
Mm-hmm.
They're great because they want to buy, buy, flip. And because they know another deal is coming along. And if that's their business plan, you can do really well buying off of them as well.
Yeah.
And if you trust them, it's even better. They tell you, look, here's this deal.
Right.
You can make a lot of money. And they flip it to you and coming along with the next deal.
Sure.
So hopefully that there helps you a little bit on that. We're going to head on in. We're a little ahead of schedule today, which is good. Hey, that rarely happens.
Yeah, impressive. Yeah.
I know Mr. Magazine had 2 rambling stories of the day today.
I'm going to pick one, which again,
all right.
Again, I thought I said this, but apparently not. So anyways, everyone knows Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I think it's October every year, and then a lot of athletes and players, college, NFL, they wear pink clothing and stuff. Well, let's go back in time to, I was 16 years old playing football. My girlfriend was my wife now. She was a cheerleader. And anyways, in the locker room, I didn't have an undershirt. For whatever reason, someone stole it from me or threw it out or whatever. I had no undershirt to put under the shoulder pads. And if you know shoulder pads, you get sweaty and it's just uncomfortable. You need something, the straps would, you get it, you got to tighten it up and stuff. So I had nothing to wear under these shoulder pads. So I went to her before practice started, and she gave me one of her pink pajama shirts. So I tuck it in. You can't see it because I got the shoulder pads on. Everything's great. Our colors were blue and gold for the team we played on for the high school. And at the end of every practice, we run 4 laps or jogging, whatever. But you got to take your shoulder pads off. So now you got to take the shoulder pad off. You got 40 guys in blue and gold, and then 1 guy wearing pink.
And let's set the table a little more. This was the 1990s.
1990. 89-90, yeah.
When people weren't quite as progressive thinking as they are now.
I got heckled by the coaches, the players. Yeah. So I was one of the originators of Breast Cancer Awareness Month to wear for sports.
And I'm thinking that now if the coach heckled you for that, he'd probably get fired.
Yeah, we're talking 32 years ago. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, you never told that one. That's a good one. That's a good story.
I thought you were going to say brat. No, thank God. Oh, Trailblazer. There we go. Yeah. Jeez.
Oh, that's a good story.
Yeah, there you have it.
That is a good story. All right, everybody. Well, we're off a little bit early today. You can list a couple of items.
I get to go to bed 6 minutes early.
6 minutes early. Want to thank everybody for coming on by. Do check out Paperpalooza over on Whatnot. Papergoy has the 1 o'clock hour on Saturday. You know, I believe I called myself the rodeo clown of Paperpalooza because everybody else does these professional shows, all this good stuff. I got glitches galore. I don't know what the heck I'm doing on there. You think at some point I'd learn what I was doing?
Yeah, I know.
So it should be a lot of fun. I don't know.
By the way, before I forget, I'm going to say it now because you're going to sell them on Whatnot. As long as you don't have to get an auctioneer's license, all the ads they're real heavy. Got thousands and thousands of ads in the car.
So we have thousands of heavy ads that will be appearing on Whatnot sometime
an ad itself isn't heavy, but if you have 10,000 of them, it does add up. Maybe more. There you have it.
All in one lot. $3 start.
Whatever you want to do, I don't care. I need the room, so.
Yeah, and then I will. I don't know if I can get together a Facebook auction for Monday or not. I'm going to do my best. I do have the Tuesday 4 o'clock Eastern up on Whatnot as well. So stop on by. Want to thank everybody. And again, if you do want Jeff's details, they're back up there in the feed. You can find it. Definitely just scroll through. Help Jeff out. He's got a lot of really, really good stuff. Do check out the Primetime Treasure.
Let's thank Zamergi once again.
Thank you for the
appreciate that
donation. It does help us out a lot as well. Like I said, do check out Primetime Treasure. He did do a 2-part story on Jeff's storage unit and showed lots of great things that Jeff would have available for sale as well.
Cool.
Want to thank everybody for coming on out, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.